So, Happy, Constable, King, Bum-ass. I don't know if that was that an official name or was that a McAfee?
I mean, there was a choir that sang it during my entrance at SummerSlam, so I'm going to go with Bum-ass Corbin is a full-on character.
No, that's true. You know, I mean,
still have the mustard-stained shirt.
Dude, they made an action figure with that mustard-stained shirt. That's a important shirt.
It also had two heads. It had the sad face Corbin with, my bald ass sideburns going on. And then it's got the happy head. I guess. I don't know.
Whose idea was it to let the hair, when it was Bum-ass Corbin, to let the hairline, because as I will confirm.
I'll give you one guess. Whose idea that was.
You didn't volunteer it, did you?
No.
Okay, all right.
It was Vince, and Vince said, I want you to look as terrible as possible. So grow your hair. I mean, I got a text message from Vince at like 2 a.m. that was like, you're no longer allowed to cut your hair or shave your beard. And I'm like, it's going to look bad. He goes, that's the point. And even worse, when it was at its worst, I was visiting schools with my daughter, which are private schools, and I have to show up, and I'm like, I apologize. I look like but I don't have a choice.
You've got a career where you can afford to send your daughter to private school, but you have to look like a fool doing it.
Yes. They're like, who's this homeless guy with this child? That's where I was at.
But it's kind of amazing for somebody that came from where you came. It's not like you had a ton of professional wrestling experience before you got here. This wasn't what you did. For you to the character work, like Dolph was just talking about a minute ago, the stories and how important all that is. For you to go okay, we're gonna turn you from a lone wolf to a king to a constable to a sad bum to a happy guy who makes jokes to a baron it's a lot.
It is, and I also didn't know what a constable was when I was like, hey, you're going to be the constable. I was like, what is that? Not quite sure, but it's also been a long time. I think we forget, everybody's like, you've had a lot of characters. But I've also been on the main roster for 7.5 years now.
Right.
Everything has run a 2-year course, and it's been a fun ride to go through those, because nothing's been like, oh, hey, Corbin, you're going to take you off TV for 9 months. You're going to come back as a new character for this. Everything has kind of really just rolled one thing into the next. From Lone Wolf, Vince was like, hey, we're going to shave your head now. I was like, thank God. We're going to make you the constable. I was like, well, I don't know what a constable is. He's like, well, you're like a cop in Texas. They have constables. And I've seen one constable car in my life. But so it's been a fun evolution of characters, because it's never been go away and then come back as something completely new.
Yeah, I guess you're one of those, as much as they're all different characters, if you did that line and traced it through, there is one through line. There's one Corbin through line. It's just a guy who's really struggling to figure out who he is, but it's all one guy.
Total identity crisis. Which I think is, we're kind of right now, we're running back into this course of being a little sad and depressed and trying to figure out who I am and where it goes from there. But now it's going to have, Hunter's touch on it. So who knows where it's going to go.
Yeah.